So I'm going to be showing you the usage of the zip line that we just recently got put up. So we bought this one on Amazon. It did take a while to assemble, but I just want to kind of show you exactly what it's going to look like when you're using it. So I'm just kind of pulling my daughter up. Let me show you how it works. Now, exactly how fast it's going to go is going to depend mainly on how high you put your wire up. So we actually started with this wire considerably higher, and the issue that we were running into was down here at the bottom. By the time we got down to the bottom, they were just going so fast that my wife didn't feel comfortable with it, truthfully. So what we ended up doing was we ended up lowering this side. So the instructions kind of recommended a 10% drop. So, you know, if you're going to be at 9 foot on the one end, and then it's like a foot per, or an inch per foot or something like that. Anyway, it was going to end up being like a really, really steep drop. So we actually kind of did it less than that just because of how big it was going to be, the drop was. So we just lowered it down on this side, and then we actually don't have it quite as much tension on it, which we actually did on purpose for my kids. So I've got my kids here, obviously, so 6 and 8, almost 9. And so what works really good for them is just having it where it's going to be relatively close to the ground. So it's got enough leeway in it, so when they get on, it pulls it down close enough to the ground right here, so where they can easily get onto it. But then also it's going to make it where, you know, they just have to pick up their feet so they don't drag. So overall, definitely has been a great purchase. So what we ended up doing was, like I said, we just have it where it's relatively close to the ground. So you can see my 9-year-old son sitting on it, and he's going to be just a few foot off the ground once he puts his weight on it. And then what we end up doing, instead of doing something where they could climb up on their own, up on that tree up there on the hill, we actually just kind of left it. And so then what we're doing is we're just having it where you pull up the hill. So him and his sister will just pull each other up the hill to a certain spot, and then they will go down.